Hi, it's Tuesday night at 6:30, so it's time again for What We're Reading. You are not going to believe who's on my show tonight. I can hardly believe it. I have Wood TV8's meteorologist Terri DeBoer, also co-host of 8West, and has been telling me what I need to put on in the morning for about 10 years. Terri DeBoer, how exciting.
Yay!
Hi, Terri.
I'm so excited to be here. I have to tell you, I'm such a bookie. I love books. I love to read. I love libraries. And it's been a little sad. This is my home office where I've spent a lot of time over the last 14 months. I think a lot of us have. And so when you reached out to me to ask me to be part of this, I was super excited because I love to talk about books.
You told me a great story about using our Granville branch during this pandemic. Tell me about that.
Yeah,
Shout out.
so when everything was shut down and I had books that I really wanted to read, the malls were closed, the bookstores were closed, the libraries were, for the most part, closed. But I actually discovered that you could order books that you could pick up. And I ordered a couple books to the Granville branch and drove up there, got myself into the parking spot, and the folks would run the books out, and it was just such a blessing. I mean, I really felt like that was a little slice of normal. It was new normal, but it was a little slice of normal for me.
Yay. Well, thank you. And so, everyone, check out the Granville branch because you might get lucky and see Terri DeBoer there sitting out on curbside delivery with you. So, Terri, before we get into books, I know that you are doing wonderful things in our community in a couple of charitable organizations. Can you tell me about those real quick?
So one of them both of them you probably are super familiar with. The Mental Health Foundation of West Michigan, the Be Nice initiative. You probably see the black shirts with the green Be Nice with the pink period at the end. The NICE stands for Notice, Invite, Challenge, Empower. It's actually an action plan for mental health awareness, and it's been so successful, and I'm so proud to have served on the board of directors. I think I've been on the board there for almost 23 years now, and it's been one of those sort of evolving kinds of pieces of content and information. As you know, we know that this has been a really challenging season for so many people, and to be able to connect with individuals through these lessons and action plans that are online, it's been so rewarding for me. So that's been one of the hats that I wear outside of work. And the other one is I'm on the board of directors of the Grand Rapids Griffin's Youth Foundation. Also, I've been a member of that board for more than 2 decades. When my kids were young, we were a big hockey family, and so it was a really logical fit for me. Playing youth hockey is a very expensive sport, and so our organization raises funds so that we allow mainly inner city kids to have the opportunity to play ice hockey. And so it's been really a great opportunity to be part of that organization too.
How great. It always warms my heart. All the celebrities in our area are so generous with their time and have such great causes. So thank you. Thank you for all you do.
Absolutely.
But it's my show, so it's time for me to ask my question. Terri DeBoer, what are you reading?
Okay, so I am surrounded by books in my home office because I am a big reader. I will let you in on a little secret about my personality. I am a nonfiction primarily reader. I love to find out about why things happen and how people become who they are and how we can make ourselves better. I occasionally dabble in fiction because I have some friends who write fiction, but for the most part, I'm a nonfiction girl. So I'm going to give you a list, at least some of what I've been reading. Bob Goff.
Okay.
Bob Goff is an incredible writer, and the latest book that he has released is called Dream Big. It's basically an action plan of how you take those deep desires, things that you've always wanted to accomplish in your life, and how you make a step-by-step path so you can accomplish those. And so this one is Dream Big. It's very, very good. Bob, by the way, I've had the opportunity I've been in television for almost 40 years, believe it or not.
Out. You have not.
My very first television job was in 1985. So, I mean, that's a long time ago. And so I've had the opportunity to MC a ton of different banquets and fundraising events and those sorts of things. And a couple of years ago at the Meyer Gardens, I had the opportunity to MC an event. Bob Goff was the keynote speaker. He's written books. Dream Big is his latest, but Love Does, Everybody Always. He's just fabulous. Great storyteller. He is the most energetic, compelling person I've ever seen speak publicly. And so I read with a passion everything that he writes. So that's one. Then this is what I'm reading right now. Like literally, I just got this book this week. It's called The Common Path to Uncommon Success by a man named John Lee Dumas. So during the COVID shutdowns, I became addicted to podcasts. I listen to podcasts. It's what I do. Every day, my goal is to walk between 3 and 5 miles. I have my iPhone, I have my little ear pods, and I go for a walk every day, no matter what the weather. I bundle up. I have this bright pink coat I wear. I have bright pink gloves. I have my iPod phones in, and so his podcast was one that I started listening to almost a year ago. And so he came up with this book. It's 17 chapters. He has interviewed more than 3,000 successful entrepreneurs, and he has boiled down all of the traits that made each of these individuals successful into 17 different things, 17 categories. So it's 17 chapters. I just started reading it. It really is fabulous. So that one. Then, I don't know if I'm talking way too long. But,
oh, no.
Okay.
I love it. I'm getting love on the like screen.
Okay, good. Then Anna Quinlan. She is a very talented writer. I don't know if you've ever had a chance to read anything, but I became a grandma August 1st of 2018. It's my little grandson, Levi. He is 2.5. And so Anna Quinlan wrote this book, Nanaville. It is incredible. It makes you laugh. It makes you cry. I buy these books 10 at a time. And when I go to a baby shower, I wrap a book up. I wrap this book and I give it to the mother, the newly becoming grandmother. So, which is very sweet. Because I don't think people give gifts to the person who's becoming a grandmother, but this is the gift I give. And it is wonderful. So Anna Quinlan, Nanaville. Okay.
Nanaville.
Then my final book that I'm going to recommend, I'm reading. This one actually is fiction because it's by one of my favorite authors, local author. It's Viola Shipman. I don't know if you've had a chance to interview Wade Rouse, but he writes under the pen name Viola Shipman because it's his grandma's name. Yes, and so this is his latest release, Clover Girls. This will be available, I think May 18th is the release date, but guess what? I'm on the launch team. And so I get to have an advanced copy. So this is my guilty pleasure.
You are.
So what are you reading now, Penny?
Oh my goodness, you're such a reader. I don't know if I can top that. Now, Terri said something that I have to repeat before we went on the air, so don't get mad at me, Terri. She said if she weren't a broadcaster, she would want to be a librarian.
Yes.
So there.
I know. I love books. I hate to shop, but I love books. And so anytime we travel, if the family is going shopping, if we go to a mall, if we go down to a downtown area, my family knows I am making a beeline to the bookstore. I love little tiny bookstores. I like big bookstores. I like how bookstores smell. Is that weird? I think bookstores have their own smell.
It's book smell.
It's wonderful.
Book smell is fabulous. You can really smell it more in a bookstore because they're brand new. And sometimes the library books start to smell like other things too, besides books. You won't think about what too hard.
That's for sure. I will tell you this about libraries. So I love the kdl.org, and I have my my library card number memorized. I won't give it here because I don't want people going on
No,
there.
don't.
But I've had the same library card number since, let's see, we moved into Kent County in 1995. And I used to go to the tiny little library. I used to type my library card so many times that I have it up here. I have two things memorized: my social security number and my library card.
Well, good for you. Now, tell me, you probably don't still have that actual card, though. So you have to
I
have
do.
it. Do
You
you?
know what? Here's the thing, and it is really, I'll tell you where I keep it. Maybe I shouldn't tell you where I keep it, but I have a couple of different keychains. But my library card I keep in the center console of my car because I'm one of these people where I'll go online, I'll order a bunch of books because I love physical books. I do have the Overdrive so that I can order them online. I love to hold a book. There's nothing better than holding an actual physical book. And so I order them online, and then I have to have the card scanned to actually check them out. So
Okay.
I got to keep it with me.
If you've had it that long, it must have like pictures of videotapes on it. And
It's very tattered, that's for sure.
we'd love to give you another one, but you'll have to have a new number. So you probably don't want to do that.
No. Yeah, I can't have a new number because I know that one by heart. In fact, it's so funny. I think it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago, my husband and I had a little bit of a disagreement because he had gone by the library to try to get something. And he said, "Can you believe they're making me get a new card?" And I said, "Well, have you used your card? Because if you use it regularly, your number stays active."
That's
And
right.
he said, "I use it on my computer." And I said, "I think you physically have to legit go there and use it." So,
You do. Please come here
yes.
and use your card. And if you want to come, you can come to the brand new Amy Van Andel Branch. Not that I'm hawking my own branch, but have you been here yet, Terry? It's
I
kind
have
of
not. Where are you located?
in Ada, right in the heart of the village.
Oh,
Yes, we're brand new and we're very excited. Um, and we're having a book discussion, a book club, for the first time, an in-person program in a long time. We do have to be masked, but we're going to have it here in our beautiful courtyard if it's nice. We have a courtyard right in the center of the library. You can see it from everywhere in the library, and it's open to the sky. It's lovely.
I bet it's wonderful.
If it's nice, we'll have it there. If it's rainy, we'll have it in our little program room, distanced and masked. So, but I'm very excited to actually see people and talk about books again. And the one we're talking about this time is a nonfiction called River of Doubt. It's a history by Candace Miller.
Okay.
This is one of those books. My husband loves nonfiction history. And we take road trips and we like to listen to audiobooks in the car when we're driving. So we have to find one that we're both going to love. And the author that both of us love the most, I mean, both of us adore her, is Candace Miller, because she writes history as if it were a story. And every person in here is fully realized and real. And this story is the story of Teddy Roosevelt when he goes exploring in South America with his son. And it is an edge of your seat drama.
Really?
Yes. I mean, this was a time when it took them literally weeks on a boat to even get there. And then they were traveling through uncharted areas in South America, and they were actually mapping it out. And they were getting help of locals, and there were injuries, and there was near-death experiences, and all sorts of wildlife, and some dangerous. And it's very much an edge of your seat book that's historically accurate. And so you're learning something, and it's fascinating. And like I said, it's a page turner. So check it out.
That's for the book club?
Yes.
And so do people have to read the whole thing before they come the first time, or how do you structure that?
I will not be quizzing you. So, but if you have only read part of it, you may hear some spoilers when you come to book club and we discuss it.
Okay.
Because we'll be talking about it. I do have a bag of these at my desk at the library. So if you come in and view the Amy Van Andel Library, you can ask the librarian to bring you a River of Doubt. Tell them it's at Penny's desk. and I'll sign one out to you so you can read the actual book, the physical book, and come back and talk on April 30th at the new Amy Van
Oh,
Andel Library. So I'm hoping everyone will come. Terry, you could come. What a draw you would be.
well, I hope to be able to come out there and visit you and maybe have some great events coming up in the next couple of months.
We love, we're excited to use the space, and we can't wait till we open up more to bigger events. Right now we're limited to just 20 to 25 people, but hopefully very soon we can have the events that this beautiful building deserves.
Yeah,
And
it's been, you know, I have been so grateful to KDL to be able to have access. You know, I do love the physical books, but even during the shutdown, when I thought, how can I get my hands on a book? How can I read? And it was nice to have the option to just download those onto my iPad and to be able to enjoy or download an audiobook onto my iPhone. So when I was out for my daily walks, if I was a little burnt out on the podcast, I could listen to an audiobook. And, you know, this has been an interesting season for so many people. You know, people have felt very isolated. But if you listen to a book on tape or you listen to the audiobook or you are out just in nature, you really get that opportunity to feel like you really aren't alone. I
right.
mean, books are great for adventure. When I was in college, I go to a lot of schools, or I did get the chance to go to a lot of schools to read to little kids before the shutdowns happened. And I always, you know, March is reading month, which was, you know, my favorite opportunity to get out there and have all these great kids books that I would read, you know, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs and The Cat in the Hat Comes Back and, you know, Fly Goes By, you know, all those great books that I absolutely love. And I always told the kids, you know, I love to read because for so much of your life, you read things because you have to. You read, you know, things for work, things for school. But when you get a chance to read just for the absolute joy of discovery or learning something or challenging yourself, or, you know, if you do find a great fiction work, a romance, an adventure, a mystery, you get the opportunity to go on an adventure that your imagination takes you through that is literally more vibrant and more colorful than anything Hollywood could ever deliver to us. And so I really hope that this season and what comes out of this season for us is a reconnection with just how amazing it is to sit down with a book and enjoy the discovery that comes along with it.
How beautifully said. Okay, I don't know about all of you other library watchers, but I'm in love now with Terri DeBoer. I'm her big fangirl. You are fabulous. Thank you so much for coming on my show tonight. Thank you for
Absolutely.
everything. What a great talk and great books to recommend. Please come back next week. I've got Scott and Kim Rantala, who are going to tell us about what they are reading right now. And Terry, I hope we see you again.
You
I hope
will
you'll come
very soon,
back
I
on the
promise.
show. Yay, you are wonderful. And thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, everyone, for watching us tonight. We'll see you next week.